Hello, today I'll be showing you how to use Kali Linux. Kali Linux is one of the distros in Linux operating systems, and it's mostly used by IT professionals or cybersecurity professionals. And so today what I'll be showing you how to do is basically how to create a folder or a directory, how to create a file, how to move that file into the folder or a directory, and then how to delete it. And I'll be using both the graphical user interface to show you this, as well as the command line in the terminal. So the first thing that we're going to be doing down here, there is the terminal, there is the files, text editor, and some other apps. But our focus today will be these three on here. And basically, this is the graphical user interface, the GUI. And we're going to be going into the file, so we're just going to click on that and wait for that to open up. And so on here, as you can see, we have all these different tabs here, and then we have all these different directories. So on the GUI, we actually call it folders, but then you'll see that terminology will change when we go into the terminal, as in there we no longer refer to them as folders, we call them directories. So in terms of creating it really depends where you want to create your folder. If you want to create it here in the home, you could just right click and then you press new folder, and then I will write test folder. I'll just say folder 1, and then you could either press enter on your keyboard or just press the create. And as you can see, we have created the folder here. And obviously, if you didn't want to have it here, you could press and hold and move it to your desktop or move it to your documents. And so when we go into the documents, you could see that that's where we have that folder. To create a file, we go down here to the text editor, we press on that. Then once that happens, we have a file, and we could name this file example. And to save the file, you just go up here and you press that, and then you could either save or save as. So what I'll do is I'll just save this one into the document where I have the other folder. I'll just save it beside it, and then I'll close this. And as you can see in the home, I have both the text folder, the test folder, and the text file. So to move this into here, you could either click and drag and drop, and then it goes here. If you change your mind and you want to move it back out there, you could choose to move it to the home or documents. You could just press and hold and drag, and then it's back out here. And then if you wanted to do the other way, which is to actually right click and you say move to, then it lets you choose where you want to move it to. So we'll be able to move it to that instead, as you can see. So now if I double click that, you'll find it there. So to delete, again, you could either use your keyboard, but the other way is to basically right click and move to trash, and you could go back and do the same for the folder, move to trash. And then if you want, so at the moment it's not completely deleted or permanently deleted, you could still find it in the trash folder. They're just there. And if you want to get rid of them completely permanently, you just highlight them and then delete from trash, and then it will just confirm if you're sure that you want to do this, because you cannot restore it. So I'm sure that I want to get rid of it. So now that's how you do that on the GUI, and now I'll show you how to do the same thing in the command terminal line. So here you will see there's a bit of a difference in how it works. With this one, you have to actually use a lot of commands, and basically you're telling the computer what you want it to do, and it does it for you, and you can see it do it for you. While in the other one, it was mostly just you don't see what the computer is doing, or in the way that you're communicating with the computer, it's very user-friendly. But with this one, you pretty much need to know what to say to the computer for it to tell you what you want to hear. So here, one command, if you wanted to, obviously you could see on there, it's myself logged in into Kali. If you wanted to confirm that, there is a command, who am I? It just tells you, I'm Faye. And if you want to just check the path of which you're in at the moment, PWD, which also stands for print word directory, and you can see there the path, it's home and in Fay. If you wanted to list all the directories in Fay, as you can see there, I have all those documents. And so today we're going to go into the documents, and then we're going to create 2 folders in there and a file in one of, actually now because we're in the command space, they're all now no longer folders, they're referred to as directories. So we will be going into the directory documents, and then we're going to be creating 2 directories for testing, and I'll create a file in one of the directories, and then I'll try to move it into the other directory. So now to enter the documents, it's change into documents, and then I list to see what's in the documents. And you can see there is nothing in the documents. Now to create a directory in the documents, it's mk directly, make directory, and we'll call this, I had already practiced with this, but we'll call this test folder 1. So I typed it all out and then enter. So now to make sure if it's worked, we list, and we can see there a test folder has been created in the documents directory. So to create another one, because we're still in the documents directory, we will again do mkdir, and then this time we're going to be calling it test folder 2. So we will check if that's been done. So list, and we can see there is 2 directories in the documents directories. Now if I wanted to go into one of them, so for example the first one, what I could do is I press change into test folder 1, enter, and you can see there I'm now into the test folder and it's empty. If I wanted to go back here into the documents and have a view like that where I could see both the directories, I press cd ... and then enter, and now when I go to list, it's showing me that I have those 2 still there. So if I wanted to create a file in this one, I will have to go into it first. To go into it, I have to change into it, so it will be test folder 1, and then now we're into the test folder. And to create a file, the command is touch fake test and then enter. And now when I do list, you can see there I have that file. To remove this file, actually to move it, because that's what we want to do, we want to move this one from the test folder into the test folder 1 into the test folder 2. So we will get out of here first, so we're going to move back, and then we're going to list just to see that we're here. And now we're going to move the test folder test, apologies, I'm just holding with my other hand this phone when I'm recording, it's hard to type, and then test folder 1, and the file in there is, that's the name for it, and then we put the space, and then we want to move it into test folder 2. So just confirming that I've written all that correctly, and then enter. So now when we go into list, just to make sure that we're here, we're going to be checking whether that's happened. So we're going to go into the test folder 1, and we can see that it's empty when we list it. So now we're going to come out of here and go into test folder 2 to check if the file had gone there. So we list, and we can see there that it has indeed moved into test folder 2. So to delete, what we're going to be doing, we're going to move backwards. So we're going to go back, make sure that we are, yep, and then we're going to remove, and then we're going to remove the text and go enter. So it says here cannot remove it. So what we needed to do was actually go into the file to remove it. because we're out here at the moment, which means the file is not out here, so it's in the test folder too, so we have to go into it to delete from there. So we are going to go there, enter, then we're going to just make sure that it's actually there, and then we're going to remove it. And then when we list it, we'll find out that it's gone. We no longer have it. Okay, so if we wanted to delete the directory itself, we have to go back and then list. So we have those two there. So to delete it, I think we're gonna go into an error here, because I think we may have to go out, but let me just check. So remove directory. Let's say we want to start with test folder 2. Okay, so it looks like that may have worked. Yes, so basically because we are already in the documents, so it's just a matter of deleting it. If we were in within the test folder 2, we'll be getting an error. So for example, if we wanted to go into this test folder 2 and delete it from within it, so you cannot be inside a folder that you want to delete. So say we're there, so I'm in that one, I cannot delete it from inside. See, I have to actually come out of it, making sure that that's where I am. Then from that view, that's where I can actually delete it, and that is now deleted. Yep, that's all. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully that was helpful.